Good morning. How are you feeling today? I am Tessa-Marie and welcome to the Morning Blessings. It is a wonderful, beautiful Friday morning. It's warm. The temperature is soaring and we are going to have an absolutely amazing weekend. So, how was your Halloween last night? Mine, we were busy from about 5:45 to about 7:45 and it started fizzling off, so by 8:15 I shut it down. But it was great. The kids, I played all the monster songs. I played Monster Mash. I played Ghostbusters, Thriller, just name it. Whatever I could find, I was playing last night and had it on the porch and it was going. So anyway, here we go. Welcome to the Morning Blessings. How are you feeling today? Today, our amazing topic is, what do you see? The Morning Blessings. Hello, sister, you're number one. Hello, Lisa, you're number two. Two favorite people of mine. The magic in the morning pause. So how was your done? Well, you guys in Dominica, they don't have Halloween, but so from 5:45 until about 7:45, it was, kids gala. Hi, Nancy, how are you feeling this morning? So we had them 5:45 to 7:45. So then I put my music on the porch. I had Thriller, Monster Mash, and Ghostbusters, and whatever. And then when I got fed up around 7:45, I put Tina Turner on, my favorite dancing thing. And the kids were coming, and it was a lot of fun. And then 7:45 start to fizzle off. So by 8:15, 8:30, I closed it down. There was Kylie was out in her Elsa's dress, dragging it through, and of course, so she went out with her mom and came back, and it was great. So Halloween is over. The next big one is coming. Get ready, Don. I need a big present. Anyway, good morning, ladies. How are you feeling today? So, look at our topic: the magic in the morning pause. What is the morning pause? I remember the galloping gummy. Remember that thing? Just think of it. Not cooking, but galloping gummy. I love cooking, but that's not it. I would get up in the morning and it's like, boom, I'm ready to go. I don't mean because I'm tired now. No, because I have to go. and then I'm looking at life now. And I know it has been a long time since I started. Part of my morning routine is practicing the morning pause. Oh, Lisa, do you like my t-shirt? Well, I love it. So it started being my morning pause. So when does that happen? How do you control it? There's magic in that pause. There is grounding in that pause. And of course, there is a miracle. There's always a miracle. It's the thing about the magic in the moment and the miracle in the moment. We don't seem to take the time to connect with that. Some of us need to do that. We should, thank you, Lisa. We should be great at that one little thing. Realizing there is magic happening in every moment. And there, of course, is what you call it, miracles in the morning. Good morning. Sounds like you had a wonderful Halloween too. I dressed as a chicken and the kids would have to do the chicken dance with me before getting their treat. So much fun. That was good. I did ask them to give me a dance. Good morning, Colin. How are you feeling this morning? Nancy, this is perfect. How was your Halloween, Colin? How are you feeling? So, the magic in the morning pause. And maybe you can tell Tessa-Marie what you mean magic in the morning pause. There is magic in the morning pause. There is magic in the moment. But when I talk about the morning pause, is something that we have to intentionally do. Good morning, cousin. How are you feeling today? How was your Halloween? Have you ever asked yourself this question? How are you feeling today? Have you? I'm not talking about that being your morning pause. Good morning, nephew. How are you feeling today? How is London? The thing we have to remember is that in the morning pause, don't drift, ladies. Stay connected. Is coming. I want to bring it to you in such a way that you will actually have to work on doing it. The morning pause does not happen later in the day. The morning pause happens when the alarm goes off. The first thing, of course, if it's a sounding alarm, is to turn it off. But then we should turn back. So the alarm is over there or over here, wherever you sleep. You turn off the alarm and don't sigh. You have. So can you imagine how challenging this is going to be? Good morning, Ezra. Because we in the habit of, I have to get up, right? Even if you're not employed, even if you're retired, you get that thing. So what is the morning pause? The morning pause is still to come. So the question you have to ask yourself, though, is how are you feeling today? How are you starting your day? So after turning off your alarm, ask yourself, put yourself back on your back. If you're a side sleeper, you had to turn off the alarm or your watch. You had to do something. But for a moment, lie on your back. If you do yoga, you will know what they call the corpse pose. You're dead. So you're like this. And you lie back. And then, when you do that, you are going to ask yourself this question. Good morning, Arita. How are you feeling today? How was your Halloween? You are going to ask yourself this question. Because you see, you want to get the magic in the morning pause. So with the yoga pose, corpse pose, you throw yourself back and then you ask the question, how are you feeling today? To yourself, not your significant other in the bed next to you, not loud, to yourself. You replace the sigh of the morning or the confrontation to be had later on, or the challenge to take care of later on, or the joy that's coming later on today. The chores that have to be completed. You see, you are dead in the moment. So you need to ask yourself while you're in corpse pose, how are you feeling today? When you ask yourself that question, I do that. I lie there. I am a back sleeper anyway, so it's easy for me. You lie there and you release your arms to your side, your legs together, and you ask yourself this question. And then you scan. You scan. That's lovely to hear, Rita. You scan. If you have a scanner or you're using one, good morning, Loretta. How are you feeling today? When you are scanning, it goes groom, 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 right? You begin to scan, looking for how you feel. Good morning, Peter. How are you feeling this morning? When you wake up in the morning, you need to give yourself that morning pause and scan yourself. Ask yourself this question. How am I feeling today? You have to be in the corpse pose, not on your side. You have to be literally like this, arms to your side, head thrown back, eyes closed. And you ask the question internally, how am I feeling today? Not in the moment. This you woke up, it's the new day. How are you feeling? Now, you are asking yourself how you're feeling today because you never really do that. But I do it in the morning because in that moment, you start scanning your body. You as a scanner. Your mind will be the first one you will notice. If you're really in the moment, it does not take long to do this. But your mind will be the first one you will see, okay, I have to do that. I should have told them off. All they have to do, all the I am supposed to do, all the challenges that awaits you, all the confrontation that are behind the door waiting to see you open the door. No matter what is going on, the joy of the day, the joy that you're going to see somebody you love, spend time with children, grandchildren, family, friends, talking to my sisters and brothers, whatever. The moment you do that, your mind is going to throw all of it at you, because our mind is two things. Our body wants something, our mind says no. So we're going to use the mind, and we're going to say, okay, let us scan the body. How does your head feel? How does the inside feel? Is there a sinus thing going on here? Because you will feel it, right? Somewhere here, somewhere there. So you're going to start scanning. And if you're good enough, scan the passage, the sinus passage. Scan that and feel. And pause in those moments. And you're scanning your eardrums, your eyes, your mind. You're scanning. You're trying to see how things are working. You're looking for that magic. And you scan and you feel a twitch. Something coming on, and you pause in the moment and you let the scanning touch it. Now, the moment you feel something that requires attention, you make sure you send the light, the healing light, especially in the months that we're entering, the light of the sun, the healing bright yellow light. You put it there, it's healing. Because we are going in a period of constant, more darkness than daylight starting. It's already happening. It's funny, we think that in the winter, when winter starts, it gets darker. If you look carefully on December 21st, more light is showing. But our mind believes it's all darkness. But that is because the sun is not showing its face as often on our face. It doesn't kiss us. So now where there is discomfort, a slight challenge, a pinch, a twitch, pause with the sun on it and let the light go on it. And you go scanning the entire head like this. You come to the neck, the muscles that swallow, the gums, the thing in there. You're scanning it. How does your teeth feel? At that moment, you might realize, hey, maybe I should floss today. But then nothing is your gum sore? Put the sunlight on it. Send the sun there. None of this is long. It's like 5 seconds. But what you will notice, you're in control of your mind and your body. You're scanning. You come to this part. You feel your shoulders. There are things where there are joints of our body. It's very difficult for blood flow. And as life is, things change in the blood flow. So what do? We ignore it. But when you come to the shoulder joint, imagine that you're sending that light there to release the thickness of between those joints. To let the sun shine on it. Let it open it up. Let it stimulate it so it runs better. When the sunshine thing grows, they move. So you're sending it all through these areas. Wherever you are scanning and there is a joint, you do that. You come across the chest cavity and the sternum. There needs sunshine. Your shoulder blade at the back, places in you see this? Our vertebrae, those things there, those bones, those joints, and they tell us there's a thickening or on this or that. That's where you send the sunlight in there. That is scanning. None of that has to be as slow as I'm going in. I am just doing it so you guys, if you have one that you can remember to do, or you do this once a week, I need you to look at it and realize that once a week you spend scanning your body. The difference you will feel. You will suddenly be very light. But that's not all. I can take you all the way through, and I will, because we forget we have rib cages. We have those organs in there. And we all know, good morning, Marina, how are you feeling this morning? So the morning pause is to ask yourself, how are you feeling today while lying in corpse pose and scanning from your top of your head to the tip of your toes? And when you are scanning and there is discomfort, you send the sun there. You see the bright yellow light and you put that light to rest on that discomfort. The joints need a lot and cavities of our body. They need that. And you send it all through the organs. All through our organs. You push it through. Nobody else is doing this for you but you. And you saturate those organs with the light of the sun. Because they make millions of dollars selling us sunlight to plug in and to sit by it. When we have a mind that we can harness and make sure the light is hitting the soreness, lubricate it in the hip joint, wherever, the lower back, you're on your way down. And you have already gone through your mouth. So all the organs in here, in your stomach, your abdomen, they have all been stimulated now. Your body is getting, you will notice there is like your whole big long thing of sunlight. So you have a cramp, or you have what do you call it? I forgot those muscles. At the back of your leg, the back of your knee, in your knee. If you have something, my friend had something wrong with her knee and the doctor was giving her shots upon shots of cortisone and all of those things, and she used to claim it. And you guys know when I hear things being claimed that doesn't belong to you, you didn't come on earth with it. Oh, I'm going for my cortisone or whatever it was, shots. I go, okay. But one day I got to the point and I went, you need to stop saying it's yours. It's not yours. They're giving it to you. You do not have to claim it. You need it, take it. And I said, have you ever thought of sitting down? And I told her how to do this. And she said she can go longer, much longer between whatever they were putting in her knee. So now she says she doesn't get it often at all. And I said, well, when are you going to try not to get it? But anyway, it's difficult and challenging what I'm asking you to do. Imagine you have a whole world waiting for you to attack. Things to do, husband to feed, breakfast to make, this to do, children to nurse, doctor's appointment, and senior citizens. Why do you make a doctor's appointment at 8 o'clock in the morning? You're not working anymore. Why don't you calm yourself and go to the office and sit there and watch the world go by? You do not have to rush to be the first person at the doctor. Why? All of those little things affect your life. So pausing and scanning your body and looking for the magic and fixing the little things that are twisted with some sunlight, the bright light. If you like the white light, you can do that. If you like blue, you can do that. I like the sunlight, especially at this time of the year. And you go through it. Your entire body, in the knees, the joint, your quads, your legs. If something is wrong with your ankle or your toe, it will affect between your knee and your ankle. You know that, right? It will be tight. And if it's in your knee, it affects the entire back of your leg. So scanning is, you do not have to know the body well, but you know your body. And you know where it is you're feeling a little bit of tightness. And that is all. You're giving this yellow light or white or whatever color you like room to open up and expand. And that is scanning the body to the ankle. That is a joint that is abused. We never ask our legs permission to move. It's only when it stops moving that we realize, something is wrong with it. And that we do with all of our body. So when we're scanning, we need to scan everything. And when I said to scan the head, I meant the ears and the eyeballs and the back and imagine there's things in there none of us, unless we are doctors, we don't know all about it. We know some parts, but we do not know all. So we have to send that light everywhere there is discomfort. But it's checking in. It's only where there is something you do not like, you shine the light on. You're scanning, how am I feeling today? And you keep going all the way down to your toes. I remembered there was this young man and his father. I went to see the dad at the hospital with him. And the sheet, he couldn't stand the sheet touching his toes. He was diabetic. And of course, he was in his 80s. It was so sore just having a piece of linen touching him. And he would scream. So what I'm trying to say, don't wait for that. Pay attention to those areas. Go down through them, all the way to your tippity toe, your toenails. We've all seen the commercial where the little girl goes, "Yeah, Dad, what's on your toe?" And she goes, "Mom," like she saw a monster. So check it out. You do not have to get up and stare at it, but you can connect and know when something isn't right. What is the magic I am talking about? The magic is two-phase. When you pause and you scan your body in the morning, and before you do that, you say, "Okay, I go, okay, miss, how are you feeling today?" And that's what I say. "How are you feeling today, miss you, Miss Tessa-Marie?" And then I scan. And you go all the way down. Now, the first magic that will happen is that you will be aware. If something is, let's say something is wrong with the fingernails or the toenails or the hair, and we don't normally pay attention to that, because you scan it, something might click and say to you, maybe you should check that thing, that little pain, or that has somebody to check to see something is wrong with that mole, because you came across it by body scanning internally, externally with your mind. And you go all the way down. And then something might say to you, because the toenail fungus doesn't hurt, right? The man was fine until the doctor had to treat him like a little goat and say to him, "Hey, it's a fungus. It's contagious." Right? Remember his face? Something might trigger, and you're in the bathroom, you're showering, you stop to look at your toe. "Oh my God, my toe is not the right color." That is what it does, because you scan, it opens it for you to see where you should go in and check later. That's the first magic. But the more you do this, that word pause, so the scanning will reveal to you where you should put attention later on. The scanning will tell you, hey, that little thing that you keep getting, that earache and that pain right here, maybe you have a sinus blockage. That's what the scanning will force you to start to think about you more. But the other part that is waking up in you is feeling good. You are going to feel better when you swing those nice scanned legs over the side of the bed. You will definitely feel like something has changed in your life. No, it takes 5 minutes. And you don't want me to tell you how many minutes you have. You already know it. If you didn't know it, do the math. 1,440 minutes makes a day. I am asking you to pause before you rush through that day that is waiting for you with things that are half broken and half soiled in the body, not clothes, your body, to give it 5 minutes. You will still have 1,435 minutes left. You take 5. Hi, Kimberly. How are you feeling today? You take 5 minutes to scan your body. Before you get up the bed in the morning, how are you feeling today? You ask yourself. From the top of your head, scan your hair. Scan it. The scalp. Your brain, your mind, those things in there, the vertebrae, they tell them this one is sick and that one doesn't have thing. My friend they open her head and they put a shunt in behind her ear, because, and she had 13 metal whatever clamps, because they had to go in and drain the fluid from her brain that her vertebrae needs to enable her to function. It limited her movement. She can't walk properly. She needs to have help with her walking assistant. It affected her body functions, her mind, right? So scan your body mentally. You're not a doctor, but you're spending time to make sure that that body that you owe, that you have, that you're using, that shell, use the real you and ask that question, your mind, and say, hey, let's get this thing going. Let's see how it's working today. The first thing, as I said, the magic is number one. You will be reminded of the areas you should look for treatment for, or something you will suddenly see. Because you were scanning, you notice you had a mole or this or that. And then the feelings you get, that is worth it. Because you took time to give yourself 5 minutes out of the 40 minutes that makes up a day. You will feel more energized. It's like you prepare yourself to march into the day. As I said, I read Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings when I was about 15. And what I always remember, I have no idea why that stuck with me. And it stuck with me when the children were reading it, when we were watching all the movies, when it became popular again, right? What did Sam say to Frodo? Do you guys remember? He said, you never know what you're going to step into when you open your door in the morning. None of us do. The world has been moving while we were sleeping. And good morning, Julie. And now the world is awake. And the world is saying to you, how are you feeling, sweet pea? And the world is saying to you, I am ready for you. Are you ready for me? It comes at you. And you wonder, well, why is all of that? You weren't prepared. You did not check in to make sure you were feeling good. How are you feeling today? Simple question to self while lying at your back, and you are a scanner. And you scan from the tip of your hair to the gulf of your scalp, every nerve and sinew, every joint that is affected. You send the sun there, the light of the sun, because otherwise you'll have to go to Amazon and buy one of those lamps and sit in front of it. When you can use what you have, you're giving yourself, before you, as soon as you touch that alarm button, you do this now, and you corpse pose. None of you know that. I've been doing yoga when yoga wasn't cool. I was 22 when I started doing yoga. Loretta knows that. Torrance and Pip at the library. My yoga instructor was an old German lady. And I just went because I'm curious, always curious. So corpse pose, right? Legs together, head back, and the scanning begins. 5 minutes. And do that every day. You give yourself that, and then go out there and start the day. And you will notice after, even if you don't do it every day, because it's not a habit, and it takes time to form a habit, but it is important to ask that question. So let's say you didn't do it in the bed. And now you're in the mirror in the bathroom. And you're standing there and you're doing the same old thing. Oh God, another wrinkle over here. Oh, look at this, man. I am so tired. I have black lines. Look at that. I have all these black circles. Yeah, well, you have them. Have you asked yourself, how are you feeling today? Just for fun. In the mirror. Do you just ask it? Don't ask if you want to die today. Don't say, oh, I'm so tired. No. Just the same thing you would say to me. Tessa-Marie, how are you feeling? You guys come here, good morning. And you all say good morning. When last did you say to yourself, hey, good morning, sexy thing? I don't care how old you are. And I really don't care when you say that to yourself. Smile. If somebody hears you and you say, well, I'm retired, I can say anything. I was watching something on YouTube, And I was curious by the young lady's face. And then she said, she made a comment to some other person, and it went viral, and they said, where did you get those from? She said, well, you know, older black women, when they get old, black women, they just say what comes to their mind. So my grandmother used to say it. And she said, so I just said it. And anyway, that's what I mean. And no, she caused the world to stop and laugh. What it is you have to say to yourself or to someone else that will cause the world to laugh. Think about it. Can you say you're sexy? We damn well know we lost some of that already. So half of the fun is saying, I am so sexy, I feel so amazing, I am beautiful, I'm stunning, I just love me, and you're laughing. And you have to laugh. Because every time we laugh, we send the blood flow through our body. Nobody is coming. My son tells me all I do is talk about myself, but then if I don't, who is going to do it for me? And when I tell him that, he just gets, he wants to bite my head off, but that's okay. I don't care. So when last you just felt like being you? You cannot please everybody. So get over that. Please the one person you can please. It's yourself. You do not have to rush R-U-S-H through the morning and come, because you're adult people who needs you more than you need them. They do. But you do not have to rush. You did it already. You see, you did it already. Always remember, all what your children are going through, you did it already. And take time to do what they are not going through, but they will. And maybe you can say, have you thought of just sitting down, close your eyes, and let your mind just get in peace? You can say that to them and they look at you, Mom, you're crazy again. But it's okay though, because you're still here and you care for you and you love you. So our bodies talk to us, we just don't listen. You think, Marina? Oh my God, somebody else said that the other day. Our body is a chatterbox. It never stops telling us what it is it desires. But we were not taught to care about ourselves. We do not care about it at all. We were taught to care about everybody else. And as I said, remember, if you happen to be a caregiver right now, take care of you too. Take time. Because you have to be careful that you're emptying a cup. And if everything about your cup is dry, then you can't give. And the thing is, the people or the circumstances you're using to empty your cup is like a barren womb. That's what the Bible told us. The earth is never satisfied. It needs more. They always want more. So you have to realize, you have to pull back and say, I need a little bit of me. When did you just do something? I have a habit of, I'm selfish. Anyway, I care about me. Because I found out, if I'm okay, my children are okay. Right? And that's what all of you have to ask yourself. Like the little girl, when her dad said to her, she's disturbing him, when they're little and you're reading and they're coming in the newspaper, and he tore it up in pieces because he noticed that there was a globe on that page. He didn't know what was at the back, but he had seen the globe. He passed it to her and told her, go put this together, the globe together. And she came back, look at this split, and he looked and she said, Dad, I'm done. You're done? How come? She said, well, as soon as I put the girl together, the world was okay. So why don't you guys try to put the girl together? Because the moment the girl is together, you do not care what's going on in the world as long as it doesn't throw you down. Have a great and wonderful morning and have fun. And don't eat the rest of the candies you have there, because Kylie came back and she said, Grammy, did you save me some of the chips? She has a bag this big, but she's worried about me saving her some of the chips. And these are all those memories that I'm holding on to. Just the same way I have memories of all my children and my sister Dawn and my brothers and Eric being. Do you know I have a brother named Eric that is very, very tall. But he likes to have his jeans iron. And nobody will do it for him but his wife. How sweet. Have a great day, Eric. I know you are listening. Have fun. Bye, everybody. He's going to call me and tell me off. Hi, Nancy, Arita, Ezra, Marina, Lisa, Colin, Julie, Dawn, Gavi, and Loretta. Gavin must be laughing. Gavin, he's going to call me and then, why did you have to call my name on the show? Don't worry about it. You're okay. So, guys, have a great day. Love you. And I'll see you on Monday morning. And I don't know what I will have to talk to you about. I never know until I show up or until I wake up in the morning. So remember, doing will, I know. I know. But that's okay. I am the mischievous one in the group. I am the one always cracking the match and then letting it burn. Nancy, I saw Lynn's daughter had an announcement on her Facebook page, and I wrote something on there. So guys, you remember Lynn? So if you had followed her when she used to come, she passed away, as you know, from a massive stroke. I don't know much about Lynn because I've never met her, but she started coming to the Morning Blessings, and she's from the United States, and then Nancy started to come, but somehow I connected with Nancy quicker. I have no idea. It must be something she said. And she did say that Lynn was the person who introduced her to the Morning Blessings. And now Lynn now has gone on to introduce people to something magical, because we don't know what happens. But her act of introducing Nancy to the Morning Blessing. So for sure, when she gets to that spot and the boxes, I have a funny feeling that Lynn's boxes will all be open. I don't think when she got there that St. Peter had to show her what were in her boxes, because sometimes what works for you, what you enjoy, it's good to share it with another human being. So because Lynn found the Morning Blessing, she introduced it to Nancy. And Nancy is still with us. It's not everyone that you talk about coming to or feasting with you will enjoy the feast. But if your responsibility is to introduce them to the feast or the flavor or the taste of that journey, and you do it, that is opening a box. Now, the box was given to them. Their turn is to do something. That doesn't mean they have to introduce them to what you got, but maybe that should be an inclination for you to say, you know what, I did this, or I saw that, I went there, I bought that. Even a sale item. And you say, okay, I'm just going to keep all that knowledge to myself. And if you have that feeling in you, then you should look at, what you call that movie? Scrooge. You see the difference? When he kept everything to himself. You see him? And when he's let go and he gave something to another, he was dancing like King David danced. Have a great weekend. Love you. Bye-bye. Oh, rest in peace, Pauline. Thank you, guys. I'm so sorry to hear that. May her soul rest in peace. She's going to be fabulous. I know that. Love you. Bye-bye.